right, we're back. Welcome to where are we? Fourth round action, and we're in Cincinnati. Mannarino to serve. He's taking on Jannik Sinner. Mannarino as a qualifier hasn't had a good time lately, but this week he's having a great time. Beat Tommy Paul in the previous rounds. Also took out Mahach along the way. So yeah, Mannarino is having a great tournament, and now his reward is play Jannik Sinner. So he's won 5 matches in a row, coming through the qualifiers, and now he's here. I don't know what to think of this match. We thought it was going to be Paul versus Sinner, but that didn't happen. Also, Pegula lost against Lynette just before, so I don't know what that means for the draw, but it can't be good. Lynette's not bad though. Lynette's a good player, so maybe that's a bit harsh. Oh, Towson Lynette, okay, or Kudermetova, okay. So it could be Towson versus Lynette. Also, Shelton's playing at the moment as well, so we'll keep an eye on him. I'm going to go Sinner in straight sets. I would be shocked if Mannarino pushed Sinner, because he doesn't seem to have the game that Sinner would struggle with. At least not anymore. 15-30. If Pegula won her match, Raducanu would have been seeded at the US Open. Oh. She still could be, because there's players in the top 30 that could withdraw. So there's still hope for Raducanu to get seeded. She just needs a player to pull out before the draw comes out. Otherwise, or before the schedule for day 1 comes out, right? 30-0. By the way, if Kudermetova beats... Well, hang on. So there are players in the top 30 that didn't play this event that could withdraw from... I mean, Kostruk has a wrist injury, so she's injury watch. Yastremska pulled out this week as well. Who else has been injured? Zhang's not playing. Andreeva will play, you would say, because it's very rare that she'll miss a slam. So, you just never know. There's still plenty of time before the US Open, so maybe she will be seeded. But hopefully, if she's not seeded, she won't have to play Sabalenka. 30-0. As Mannarino into the back of the Sinner. Mannarino forehand goes long. And Sinner has a break point. First game, 30-40. $30-40. $30-40. I'm excited for Palini versus Krejcikova rematch. Is that today or tomorrow? That's tomorrow, right? We'll watch that tomorrow, hopefully. Tomorrow, I don't even know what the schedule is tomorrow, because the schedule is so weird. Like, I didn't expect we were going to watch everyone today either. Like, today's been... when I saw the schedule, I was like, wait, hang on, what? Why are we all watching the same? Why is Alcaraz and Sinner playing the same day? It's weird. Swiatek, Sabalenka, what are we doing? Where's Gauff? Why is Gauff not playing? I don't know. It's weird. See, I don't know what tomorrow looks like. I don't know who's playing. Who played yesterday? Did Sinner play yesterday or Alcaraz? Alcaraz played, right? So Sinner will play tomorrow. Right? Yeah, Alcaraz played yesterday, so Sinner will play tomorrow. So it's top half of the men tomorrow, bottom half for the ladies, I guess. I think. So Gauff, Bronzetti, Mannarino holds. Palini, Krejcikova, Gracheva, Seidel, a couple of qualies. And then I guess on the men's side, it's going to be Sinner versus, if he wins, versus Auger-Aliassime. Maybe Fritz Runa. That's kind of cool. So, it's interesting. Today's the busiest day. I'm confused. Why does Alcaraz play one day late? I don't know. I don't know why. I don't get the schedule either. I'm also confused. So I'm not gonna try and figure it out. I'm just gonna wait for the schedule to come out, and then I'm gonna figure it out. I'm not gonna even try and understand the schedule. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how you can fit a 96 player draw in 10 days. I don't even understand. It's impossible. So I'm over it. The round of 16 men's all the same day. The round of 16 women's is spread over 2 days. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. That's why are we doing that? Round of 16 at 1,000s, besides Indian Wells, that shouldn't be a thing. Get rid of the round of 16 and make it 10 days, but 10 days with crazy matches. 10 days worth of crazy matches. 10 days, 64 players, bang. That's how you do it. Get rid of round of 16. We don't need that shit. Get rid of, the fourth round. We don't need, round of 16 is always going to happen, but get rid of the fourth round. We don't need that. Or better yet, get rid of the first round, make the second round the first round. No buys in the first round. No seed gets a bye. 16 seeds, everyone plays day one. 6 matches in a row, you have to win. Everybody has to win 6 in a row. 10 days, much better. All the haters who underestimated the champion, remember that it's motivation to do better. Novak taught you that. Too much stress causes depression. I'm sorry, how can we help you? 40 loves Sinner. Kudermetova won the second? Wow, okay. 40-15? I'm confused. What are you trying to say? Who are you? Coming here with some wild words. All right. 40-15. As Sinner serves. And gets the game. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. So according to the weather, it's going to rain around dinner time. Apparently, it's going to rain around 6 p.m. 6 p.m. So before the night session, I guess. I think that's the general possible rain. Around 6 o'clock. Love 15. Mannarino hits it out. Love 15. As the return goes to forehand Mannarino. Forehand Sinner to the forehand Mannarino. Mannarino hit it out. And it is love 30. Love 30. We get a fault second serve. Does Mannarino have a sponsor? I think he's sponsored by ASICS. No. I can't see the logo. I'm blind. As a return goes the backhand of Mannarino. Send a forehand to the forehand Mannarino. Send a backhand now to the forehand again of Mannarino. And then Mannarino forehand in the net. Love 40 Sinner. He doesn't have a sponsor? Okay. Oh, it's a French brand. Okay. Definitely not Asics. Yeah, it's too plain, I think. Sinner, by the way, hits it wide on the return. By the way, chat, the Rockies won yesterday 3-0. 3-0, let's go. We're playing again right now, so let's go. 2 for 2. Let's take down the Cardinals. Let's go. How are the Australian Alps? I don't know. All right, 30-40. If they don't have a sponsor, can they wear what they want? Can they show the logos? Yeah, you can wear what you want. Because at the end of the day, the brands are not going to stop people from wearing the outfits and sponsor. Like, remember, like sponsorships are paid advertisements, right? So, like, Nike are paying Sinner to wear that outfit because they know that a lot of people are going to watch him and buy their clothes, right? So Mannarino wearing any brand, if he hasn't got a sponsor, is free advertising for the brand. And if he does well, it's a bonus. If he doesn't do well, who cares? You know what I mean? Because they're not paying him. So you can wear whatever you want. Within, like, you know, with you know, obviously within reason. But if you're not sponsored, you can wear whatever brand. Look at Penko, right? She'll wear like 3 different or Shea, right? In the doubles. She'll wear like 3 different brands. Because who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. I think it's only when there's like a certain brand maybe or logo that the tennis doesn't want, so they tape it up. Or it's probably the players that have tape on their like hats or shirts. It's probably because the tournament has like for the United Cup, for example, like the tournament have a brand that they don't want to show other brands. Again, there's some weird shit like that, but it's not because they're not sponsored and they're not allowed to wear the clothes. They're allowed to wear the clothes. It's just free advertising for the brand, you know? Almost nobody cares about baseball. I know you're trying to appeal to your American audience. Bro, you know nothing. I'm not trying to appeal to anybody. Sinner 2-2 against Mannarino, okay. Mannarino looks like Zidane, the soccer player, okay. Brands can't stop you from wearing the clothes if you bought it from a shop. Player tape it up because they don't want to advertise for free. Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah, that's why players probably tape up there. And there's probably some, like, if you're not wearing a brand that's not your brand, because you have to wear what they tell you. But maybe if there's like a hat or something that has like a different logo on the side or something, you know, maybe that's something that they have to, like, you know, tape up because it's not their brand. It's associated with something else, you know. All right, 2-1. Sinner with a break. As that backhand goes in the net from Sinner, it's love 15. Sorry, but is Carlos the only person that beat Sinner this year? Kind of crazy. Well, Bublik did as well, but that was on grass, and Bublik's been in great form. So, Bublik and Alcaraz are the two. First serve the fault, second serve. I think this is only like Sinner's like 6th tournament too, which is so weird. He's only played 6 tournaments or something. Like Australian Open, Rome, Roland Garros, Wimbledon, Halle, this. So yeah, 6th tournament of the year. 15-0. We've got Sabalenka coming up next. All right, 30-15. Why did Bublik skip Cincy? I would guess because he played so well on the clay that he just didn't feel the need. He won 2 clay court tournaments back to back, and he probably just wanted to have a holiday, spend time with his family before maybe coming to America. I don't think like obviously it's a lot of people are going to be like, well, that's crazy. Why would you risk doing that? But he doesn't. He does things his own way. So you got to respect that. As with a point on the stretch from Sinner, Mannarino goes long with a backhand. It's 4-15. Can you wear any brand you want if you're not sponsored, or does it have to be approved by a committee? I mean, there's probably limits, right? You probably can't wear like certain brands. It's got to be like tennis related, I guess, but I'm not sure what the rules are. But I'm sure you couldn't wear like certain brands that promote certain things, maybe. I don't know. Depends what the brand's associated with, I guess. Bublik was saying he doesn't like the American hard courts pre-US Open so much. Fair enough. I mean, if anyone can go to the US Open with no practice and get to like a quarterfinal, it's probably Bublik. Like, he would like rock up with no practice and then like take out everyone who played. And Pegula lost. She was looking solid, but Lynette was just more solid today after play resumed. Yeah, and also you got to remember the pressures of defending points is real, right? Players coming in here that have a final to defend and their ranking is at stake. I mean, that's added pressure, right? Defending points is a big deal. That's part of the game now. You got to defend. If you played well last year, you've got to play well the same place. Otherwise, your ranking could suffer. All right, 40-30. Yeah, Pegula had so many points to defend over the last couple of months too, last couple of weeks. Because, of course, Canada, she was the champion. She made the final as Cincy last year and then also the US Open. So what's that? It's probably about 3,000 points total-ish. Around 3,000 points over 3 tournaments, which is huge, which is kind of huge, right? So that's a lot of ranking points to try and recover, because if she loses all those points, her ranking will drop outside the top 10. She will be number 4 in the world before the US Open, which is good, but she's basically gone from outright 4th to now being sort of in a traffic jam between 4 and 7, where there's only 500 points, less than 500 points between Pegula and Zhang, with Andreeva and Keys in the middle. So by the time the US Open's done, I mean, Pegula, if she doesn't do well, let's say she loses third round, Pegula will probably drop to number 7 or 8, depending on other results. But she could drop down. Zhang's another one. Zhang's not playing, and she's going to probably drop too. So, yeah, I mean, there is... that's the thing. That's the thing about, how the tennis rankings work. It's great when you win, but then when you come back the next year, it's a lot of pressure. Defending titles is a big deal for that. It's a bigger deal. Should we be worried about Swiatek's performance today? No, she won. Who cares? She was fine. 15-0. That goes to the net from Sinner, 30-15. Pegula could go out of 8, not qualify for WTA final. Well, yeah, I mean, she's got to have a good US Open, and that's like good as in like get to the semis. Like she needs to have a great US Open. She loses early. Also, I think she won a tournament in Asia either last year or maybe it was the year before. Like the Asian swing is going to be a big deal. So it goes out by Sinner and it's 40-15. Hey, Lady SJ, thank you for the 35 months. Zhang will get a protected ranking if she's out for 6 months, I think. But she won't be out for 6 months. So she won't need a protected ranking. You only get a protected ranking if you're out for a long time. If you're out for like a couple of months, you'll be, you just come back. But I think it's 6 months is the minimum before protected ranking kicks in anyway. 40-15. And Sinner with a forehand in the net. And Mannarino gets the game, and it's 3-2. What does Keys need to do to get number 4? I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. All right. Well, chat, we're almost at 260K as well, so thank you for that. We're not far away. How's Mannarino playing? Yeah, he's all right. Kind of a lot of errors from Sinner so far. Yeah, but it's because Mannarino's game. You got to produce power. It's a hard game to play. Yeah, you got to generate your own power off Mannarino. He gives you nothing. That's an awkward game to play against, you know. For everybody, it's same with Norrie. Norrie's got a similar style, right? It's how they get so successful. But yeah. 15 love. Yeah, there isn't that many errors. 4 errors on the forehand only. Yeah. Look, again, you got to give because of Mannarino. You know, Mannarino's game is part of the reason. All right, 30 love. Sinner serves again. It serves a fault, second serve. As Mannarino hits it out in the return, it's 40 love. Ah, 40-15. 40-15. 40-15. As Mannarino gets another point, 40-30. 40-30. As the return goes to forehand to Sinner. And Sinner puts it away. 4-2. All right, 4-2. As Mannarino forehand to the back of the Sinner. Mannarino with a slice in the net. I love 15. Shelton's looking very tired. Damn. Well, that's fair enough. He has played a lot of tennis. As the return goes out by Sinner, 15-all. All right, 15-all. All right, 30-15. As the return goes to forehand of Mannarino. Then he hits a backhand in the net. It's 30-all. Serve. With the backhand of Sinner as Mannarino hits a forehand long, 30-40. 30-40. Sinner to get the double break. If this wasn't any other tournament, if this was any other tournament, Shelton would have skipped. Yeah. Mannarino should lower Sinner to his level, then beat him with experience. He's trying, man. He's trying. As Mannarino hits a great serve, and it's deuce. Mannarino serves. An ace. All right. Advantage Mannarino. Advantage Mannarino. Sinner hits a lob. Mannarino with a smash, then Sinner with a backhand passing shot winner. Mannarino hit a good angle on the smash, just not enough power. But Sinner just easily hits a winner down the line, even though that was not an easy shot. Like, Mannarino's smash wasn't bad. It just didn't have enough power. It just had a bit too much spin, and then Sinner. I mean, that's a Djokovic backhand without the splits. All right, deuce. You know what I missed a little bit, chat? I kind of miss Roger Federer when he would hit a winner like that and then just walk to the other side. Nobody does that anymore. It's all about celebrating the crazy shot. I want to see somebody just hit one of those shots and just walk to the other side. And just be like, yeah, I hit that. Like, who cares? Like, you know, like, Federer used to do that all the time. He would hit a ridiculous shot and then he'd just be like, yeah, he'd sometimes throw the fist or, you know, on important points or shout, but very rarely. Like, he would hit a backhand and then he'd just, like, fix his headband. All right, Mannarino holds 4-3. He didn't even give a look. He just kind of, like, he was like, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. And he walked away. Sinner, by the way, was... I mean, he's as close to that as we get, right? As somebody who goes, yeah, I did a crazy shot, whatever. Like, Sinner's that's why I'm saying, like, I miss Federer because for that reason as well, right? Because it was just like, of course he hit a crazy shot. Sinner is very much like that, though. Sinner will do something ridiculous and then just kind of walk to the other side. But he does celebrate a little more than Roger did. At least he does... When he hits a shot like that, he does, you know, at least give a little shake of the fist. Like, Sinner hit that backhand, and then he kind of shook the racket a little bit. That's about as close as it gets, though. I mean, as close as it gets to Federer's reaction, you know? Whereas his coaches are like, yeah! And Sinner's just like... He's just like, yep. All right. Nole is 38. He is. Djokovic is 38. That is correct. Shelton's in a tiebreak, all right? All right, 4-3. Sinner with a break. "32 minutes played. That'll be a default second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Mannarino. Sinner forehand to the forehand of Mannarino to the back of Sinner. Mannarino hits it out. 15-love. Medical timeout for Towson. Looks like a hip injury. Oh no. That's not good. Is Sinner injured? No. He's just playing a guy that's, you know, not giving him anything to play. All right, first serve of the fault. Second serve. As the return goes to the back end of Sinner. Back end of Mannarino. Goes out. 30-love. Been following the commentary since Roland Garros, but didn't subscribe to the channel, so started to engage more with you friends. Hey, welcome. And thank you for trusting the channel to come in and say hi. Also, you made an account 10 minutes ago, so that's really interesting. So wait, how are you following the channel if you only made an account 10 minutes ago? Like, how does that work? 30-15. 30-15. Sinner gets a 40-15 with an ace. Maybe they meant they're watching the channel. You can. I think you can watch the channel without subscribing or without having an account. Maybe. Do you mean watching? You watch the channel since Roland Garros? But then how would you? Okay. Yep. Yeah. 40-15. There's an ace from Sinner, and it's 5-3. Sinner with the break. You can watch without subscribing. I know that, but like without making an account, can you use YouTube without making an account? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, fair enough. Well, thank you for making an account and then subscribing to this channel, which is that's a lot of commitment. So I appreciate that. You literally made an account 11 minutes ago, so I appreciate that. All right, 15 love. Mannarino 30 love. $30 love. As we serve again. Into the back end of Sinner. Mannarino 4 into the net. 30-15. As Sinner hits it out, 40-15. Sinner is going to have to serve this out, it seems. And a fault. Second serve. As Sinner hits a forehand into the back of Mannarino. Mannarino in the net. 40-30. As Mannarino holds. All right, Sinner's going to serve for this set. Five, 5-4, sorry. 5-4. All right. Shelton's in a tiebreak first set, by the way. Oh, he just won the tiebreak. There you go. Shelton won the first set. Tiebreak. All right. 5-4. All right. Shelton gets the set. Yep. By the way, Chad, I've been one of the things I've been looking for when I'm out hunting at the thrift is I've been trying to find, those compilation CDs from like 2000s when they used to do like 2000 hits of summer 2002. I've been looking for those. I found so many bangers because it's just got like the best songs of that time. And I know Spotify, you can do that. You just Google like hits of 2012, whatever. But it's so much fun to like find a CD full of songs that there's like 40 songs of the best songs of that year. And you just find songs that you totally forgot about. It's great. I listened to those in the car. Yeah, I found a lot of them. It's so much fun. They're just basically physical playlists. And they're great for the iPod. I put them on the iPod. It's great. Yeah, like the Now series. Yeah. It's so fun. I found one yesterday from 2011, 2012. And I'm going to listen to it today. I found one from 2002. That was fun. Listen to like music, like the hits of 2002. That's fun. Because that I don't remember. 30 Love. Was 2002 Lady Gaga time? I don't think so. I think Lady Gaga was like 2008. Is it a backhand now from Mannarino? Sinner with a frontway tweener and then a drop shot. Mannarino, Sinner with a forehand. Goes wide. Oh, Sinner almost played a party trick. Almost. 30-15. I also have some of the Radio Disney CDs from when I was a kid, which basically fun pop music playlists. Oh, you're talking about like the Disney, like, I thought you were talking about like Disney movies. You're talking about like Disney, like Britney Spears and stuff, right? You're talking about Disney, like whatever they call that, the Disney Channel stuff, right? 30-15, that's cool. Lady Gaga's Fame album is one of my top 5. Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find that album. I've got a couple of albums on my list of things that that have 5 or 6 hit songs on them just to add to the collection, and that's one of them. Because that album had, she had so many hits off that album. 40-15. Sinner serves for the set. 2 set points. First serve is a fault, second serve. And also you come across songs that from that artist that you probably never would have thought of hearing because you listen to the whole album and not just the best songs. As with a 4 now from Mannarino in the net. There it is, 6-4. That's what I'm finding. I listened yesterday. While I was doing stuff and cleaning my house, I chucked on Good Charlotte, their whole album from 2005. I think it was the Young and the Restless album, and I just listened to the whole thing. It's great from start to finish. An hour of music, and then you hear songs that you like that you've never heard from those artists, right? So much fun. And Paramore, I was listening to that Paramore as well, from start to finish. It's awesome. It makes you actually, because remember, Chad, these maybe not artists these days. Maybe these days they just bring out one song and they make one song. But back then they made albums had to be a certain amount of songs, and they had to make them. And making a song, is a creative process. So appreciating the musicians and for what they, it's a lot of songs, So hearing the songs that are not the ones that were on the radio is some of those are the best songs. Careful by Paramore. I don't think that was on the radio. That song is fucking great. That song is sick. That's a great song. All right. First serve set in the bag. Misery Business Still Goes Hard. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a classic. I need the Riot album. I've got 2 Paramore albums. I need the Riot album. That's the one that I'm missing. It's hard to find. And it's expensive. So I'm trying to find it before I buy it. Otherwise, I'll just buy it. All right. Why aren't you giving your opinion on their style of playing? I don't know, because nobody's asked. What do you want me to say? Ask me a question. Ask me another question. I always a Blink guy. Yeah, well, I got Blink as well. I've got the best of, just because I wanted to get all their hits. But, yeah, there's a couple of Blink albums that I want to get. The newer stuff that I have that's come out, I haven't. I want to get their newer albums. Paramore concerts are great. Oh yeah, I've been to a Paramore concert. It was sick. I was like so close to the front row as well. I was like 5 rows back from the front. Awesome. 15 Love. As Mannarino with a great serve. 30 Love. Do I have a favorite one-hit wonder? Not off the top of my head. All right, 30 Love. Butterfly by Crazy Town. That's a good song. Am I buying them on CD or vinyl? I'm buying them on CD. Because that way I can put them on my iPod. So I'm getting, because CDs are so cheap, nobody wants them, so I'll take them. Vinyls are expensive because everybody wants them, and they're so popular right now, right? Whereas people are throwing CDs away, so I'll take them. I'll take the free music, put them on my iPod. Sick. I heard a really funny thing the other day that, like, real music fans buy music and Spotify's, like, full of fake fans, fake music fans. I'm like, that is so harsh. Kind of true, but it's harsh. I think Spotify's all right. I use it. But it's also like, yeah, I get what they're saying. Yeah, you pay like $10 to get unlimited songs. You're not really supporting a person, are you? You're just supporting like you're just like getting a catalog of everything. You're not really like going, hey, here, I like your music. Here is my money. You're not really doing that, are you? If you're using Spotify, you're not really giving the money directly to one person. You might stream their music, but and support them with your ears, but you're not really giving the money for their music. You're giving Spotify money to listen to everyone's music all the time. I thought it was funny. It's like, oh, yeah, I can see where like music, what do you call it? Like music, I don't know what you call them. Music people would be like, yeah, Spotify is not for the real fans. If you like someone's music, you buy their record. You support them by buying their vinyl, and you listen to it from start to finish. And I'm like, okay, I get that. I might be feeling like that too, a little bit. CDs take up so much space. No, they don't. You literally buy a folder, and you take them out of the cases, and you put you put the CD and the booklet. Because by the way, chat, album art and also like like CDs came with a booklet with like lyrics in them, but also like with all the thank yous. So like all the people that were involved in the art in the thing, the band or the artist do like a whole like thank you letter in there, and it's like that stuff doesn't, you don't see that shit online. Album art, you know, is obviously a huge thing as well. So you can just buy a folder that you can put the album art, so you can keep that and also keep the CD, and it's like this thick, and it's just a book, and then you just put the book in a cupboard. Like it's not that hard. Same with DVDs, you know, same thing. You got a bunch of DVDs. You just take them out of the cases, put them in a folder, put the folder in a cupboard. Takes up this much space. Easy. Where do you put the empty cases? Will still take up space elsewhere. Well, if you don't want the cases, if you can just throw them away. You don't have to have them. You can put the cases in the bin. You could donate the cases. You could whatever you want to do with them. I'd suggest putting them in a box and donating them, because that way somebody else like me will come along and pick them up and use them. I would suggest donating them to a Goodwill or a charity store, because that way someone will pick them up. Someone will use them. Rather than throwing them away. You put them in the bin, you throw them away, they go to landfill, and it's like, what's the point? Yeah, recycle them, yeah. Just donate them. People will buy boxes of empty CD cases if they're in good, like even as long as they're in okay condition. If they're cracked and stuff, then maybe throw them away. But they're broken. I mean, you can't do much with that. But if I came across a bunch of empty DVD CD cases, and they were like $5, I'd buy them, because then I'd use them. I would use them. If you want a Christmas album, I can send you one. The only Christmas album I want right now is Mariah Carey's Christmas album. I'm looking for that. I can't find it anywhere. It's a classic. If you have Mariah Carey Christmas album, I would like that, please. It's a classic. Why would anyone want empty cases bordering on hoarding junk? Hoarding junk? Well, I just told you. Like, people like me would buy them to use them. I thought you put your CDs in a book. No, I'm saying you can do that. I don't do that. I display my CDs because they look cool. And I bought a cool like CD rack for them. So I display my stuff. Mainly because I appreciate it more if I know what I'm like, oh, that's my music. Like, I look at the rack, I'm looking through the rack, and I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's all this music that I like. And then I put it on, and I'm like, yeah, this is cool. No Christmas talk until December 15th. Christmas starts in like a month. What are you talking about? Countdown for Christmas is 90 days. It's a 3 months of Christmas. Come on. I'm going to start decorating my house after the US Open. I'm going to put my tree in September. You kidding me? 15-0. Cam stepping back into the 20th century. Look, I get it. But I tell you, it in the world where everything's so fast and instant, when you just like I find it so nice and so peaceful to just like get a CD, like go through the selection that I have, pick one, put it on, and have it on for like it's so like such a deliberate way of choosing what you do and what you listen to and stuff. You don't have to do it, but I like it. It's a whole like process, and it's like it just makes you just slow everything down rather than just being like click, click, bang, dot. Like, it's inconvenient, but it's like it's nice. I'm not an old soul. It's not about being like, oh, I want to go back to back in the day. I love the internet. I wouldn't have a job if the internet was gone. it's just nice to just like slow things down and just like go, okay, I'm going to listen to music or I'm going to watch this thing that I chose to watch rather than like Netflix giving me 700 options and then me going, I guess I'll watch this. Like, I want to watch this and put it in that machine and it's going to play this thing. Like, it's a whole thing. It's nice. Anyway, it's 30 old. CD's old ass technology. I used to love her. I have no idea what that meant. I'm sure it meant something totally not weird. All right. Mannarino in trouble. 30 all. As he serves a fault second serve. Isn't it weird to have hot weather for Christmas? Sometimes. As the return goes to forehand Mannarino. Backhand out from Sinner. Into the forehand Mannarino. As Sinner backhand again. The backhand Mannarino. Into the forehand Sinner as Mannarino backhand. Again the forehand Sinner as Mannarino with the forehand again to the forehand Sinner. Into the backhand Mannarino. Sinner with the forehand again. Mannarino again to the forehand Sinner. Sinner in the net. 40-30. Am I a neat freak? Not really. It's pretty. My house is pretty messy. It's organized chaos. Right? I know where everything is, but it looks like if you walked in, you would be like, "Where do I start?" But it's organized chaos, and I like it that way. It's not dirty and it's not grimy and yucky. It's just there's stuff everywhere that needs to be put away because I just haven't had the time because my life is a mess. It's hectic. Life is hectic right now. Deuce. Cam likes collecting things. Yeah. I like collecting. Treasure hunting is fun. I'm a treasure hunter and I enjoy it. It's fun. And I love finding cool stuff that you can't find anywhere else. Advantage Mannarino. The only DVDs I actually have are West Wing and Game of Thrones. Just went to check. Well, that's great. That's great. Because when they split Game of Thrones over 5 different streaming services, one season per you got to have like all the streaming service to watch every episode, then you won't have to do that. You can watch it all at home. See? You're already ahead of the curve. It's great. Because, chat, you're already hearing all this. Like, if you've already been paying attention to the news and stuff, streaming services are buying different. I mean, if you probably noticed this, right? You go to Netflix, you watch one show, and then all of a sudden it disappears. It's because somebody else bought it. So it's gone over to another streaming service. Just wait until they start paying for, like, seasons of shows. Like, it won't be just like, hey, we want The Office. It'll be, okay, we want Office Season 1. And then somebody else will go, we'll take Season 2. And then you're screwed because then you got to watch 5 different shows. You got to have 5 different streaming services to watch the one series. It's crazy. So just have the series in your house. And that way, you can watch it whenever you want and you don't have to subscribe to anything. And it's yours. Simple. Easy. And do it now before everybody does it. Because I go to the thrift store a lot. And there's a lot of seasons of TV shows. Because everyone right now is doing the opposite. Where they're like, why would I have this on DVD? I can just watch it on Netflix. But then, when they start dividing shit up. And they start breaking it into bits. Then everyone's going to run to the thrift and buy the seasons. And you're going to have to pay for 7 streaming services. Just have your favorite stuff. That's what I am doing. And stuff I haven't seen. Hey, Alexander, thank you for the $2.30. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Amazon Prime should buy the Tennis Channel. I don't know if that is it for sale? I may buy Parks and Recreation. I can't find it on Netflix. Oh yeah, for sure. That's on my list. I love Parks and Rec. What about illegal torrents? No. Because that doesn't... No. Like illegal torrents, like at the end of the day, you're not really you're helping yourself. That's so selfish. At least if you're buying it from a thrift store, you're helping the thrift store, right? Or you can buy it new at a like online or at a store, and then it's supporting the product. It's supporting the people that made that show, supporting the people that are in that show. You know, like if you love it, you want to support it, right? Just like musicians. If you love musicians and you love songs and you love music from someone, you want to support them. You would buy their stuff, right? I mean, that's why they make this stuff, right? So don't illegally download it, because then you're just ripping. You're not even, you're not helping anybody. You're helping yourself. If you love it. Also, you get in trouble, so don't do that. 30 love. By the way, it's starting to rain. Just a dark cloud over the top of the stadium. It's starting to rain. Just light rain, or like big raindrops, but not heavy. Pardon me, just like big raindrops, but small amount of them, just hitting the court. Yeah, it's starting to rain. It was going to rain at some point today, so hopefully it won't be too bad and we can get through this. 40 love. Sinner with an ace. Yeah, it's pouring rain over there, wherever the hell that is. So there's like some like debris coming from that rain across the way. It is raining over wherever that is. All right, Sinner serves a fault, second serve. Any more delays and we have to move the tournament to Charlotte. Why do this emoji exist? This hand gesture is impossible to create. What are you talking about? It's not hard to do. What are you doing? Come here. Impossible to create. What are you talking about? It's a Star Trek thing, right? 40-15. And there's a bit of fault from Sinner. Second serve. As Mannarino returns back in Sinner. Sinner hits it long. 40-30. 40-30. All right, players are just assessing whether or not the court is too slippery. As a return. There's a backhand to Mannarino. Sinner backhand goes long. 15 love. It's getting witch hunty in here. Isabel, was it you? All right, 15 love. As the return goes into the forehand of Mannarino. Forehand from Sinner on the stretch. Can't get it. 30 love. Oh, hello. Hello. 30 love. I just got home. I'm innocent. No, I'm just kidding. 30 love. We're all just kidding, aren't we, chat? We're all just kidding. Just kidding. We're just kidding. It's just a joke. 30 love. Is it a forehand now from Mannarino to the forehand of Sinner? Mannarino forehand on the stretch. Is it a forehand now from Sinner? Ah, that's a good shot. 30-15. Lovely cross-court winner. 30-15. It was secretly Cammy's blaming everyone else. Yeah, when did I have the time while I was entertaining the masses in the rain delay to secretly get a better score than I did? How is that even possible? I was live the entire time. How could I have played that game and also talked for 3 hours? No shot. And plus, why would if I beat my own score, I would have wanted to show it and celebrate it. 4-15. 4-15. Double fault. 40-30. 40-30. Serve again. As a return from Sinner goes to the forehand Mannarino. Sinner with the backhand again. The forehand Mannarino as Sinner goes into the backhand again of Mannarino. Forehand from Sinner again. Mannarino again to the forehand of Sinner. Down the line to the forehand of Mannarino as Sinner backhand. Mannarino gets it back. Sinner backhand again as Mannarino forehand into the Sinner backhand. As Sinner hits it wide. 3-2 Mannarino. 3-2 Mannarino. 1 second, chat. Sorry, Chad. Just had to beat my high score. Feed the dog. All right. Mannarino leads 3-2. 3-2. Back to Sinner. Back to Sinner. Back to Jannik Sinner. By the way, Towles and Kudermetova they're already back. They've just started again. And Sinner hits a winner down the line. Hey, the sun's come out. Let's go. 15 love. All right, Sinner serves again. A fault. As we get a backhand from Mannarino. The backhand is Sinner. Mannarino on the stretch with the forehand. Sinner gets it back. As Mannarino goes again. The forehand is Sinner. Mannarino doing a lot of running. Sinner comes to the net with a volley, but Mannarino hits a passing shot in the net. And it's 30 love. $30 love. As Sinner serves an ace, 40 love. As the return goes, the forehand of Mannarino. Sinner forehand, and Mannarino pushes it long. 3-all. 3-3. Three-all. Three. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. As the return goes out by Sinner. As Mannarino serves a fault, second serve. How has Cincinnati for you been overall? There have been some bangers. Yeah, it's been all right. It's just tough. Like I know I say this every day. It's the 2-week 1000s. It's so hard to remember what happened, but also to keep interested. It's rough. Like it feels like the Raducanu Sabalenka match was like a week ago, because it probably was. There have been some bangers though, but it just feels like so slow. Like it doesn't feel like we have one great match and then it's like, yeah, it just takes so long. And then by the time we get to the next big match, it's like the other one feels like a week ago. Yeah, that just drags on. Yeah. Like yeah, everything just goes so slow. But there have been bangers, you're right. There definitely have been. There have definitely been some interesting matches. Towson loses. Kudermetova gets the win. Wow. Did we find out how long Cam has left after his doctor visit the other day? How long Cam has left? To what? All right. 3-2 or 4-2. How long I have to live? He didn't say. All right. I tell you what, though, when they do the aerial shot of the new renovations that haven't got a roof, looks great. When the sun comes out. When it's raining, not so much. When the sun's out, though, the new outside areas look great. They look great. But when it's raining, it looks less impressive. 15 love. All right. Sinner says the fault, second serve. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. When is Kyrgios coming back? He's supposed to be playing in. He's supposed to be playing the mixed doubles. $15 all. But yeah. All right, nice serve from Sinner again, 30-15. All right, Sinner serves again, 30-15. Good, thanks for sticking around. I know it's been a long day, but thank you for staying up and being patient. I know it's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy. It's not easy. But I appreciate it. 40-15. Ace out wide. Sinner's for all. In the 4-all in the second. Kyrgios is playing mixed doubles with Osaka. Naomi Osaka. I think he will play the mixed doubles. Because there's been times where he's pulled out of singles, but he's played doubles of events in the past. So I would be... Like, didn't he play the Australian Open... Did he play the Australian Open singles as well? Maybe he did. But remember, he played a tournament recently where he pulled out the singles but played the dubs. And I think for $1 million, prize money is too good to give up, I think. But also, it's a doubles format, like it's a fast forward doubles format where he won't have to serve that much. So I reckon Keegs will play. He'll play the mixed doubles. He'll play that. But I don't think he'll play the singles because it's probably just too much for him, his wrist. But I think he'll play doubles. It's too good not to. I mean, you know, if serving is the worst thing for his wrist and he only has to serve one every 4 games and it's half a set, basically half a set sets, right? And it's worth like a shit ton of money. All of those things, I would say, appeal to him playing. Like, he's like, I would be shocked if he withdrew. Unless he literally couldn't pick up a racket. If he can hold a racket, he'll play. 40 love. Not to mention he's one of like the marquee players of that tournament. Like, he's one of the marquees of the event. I know Alcaraz and Sinner, but Kyrgios is up there as one of the faces of the tournament too. So, you know. Anyways, that goes the net by Mannarino, 40-15. $40-15. $40-15. Kyrgios' wrist is always bad. Lamau, I don't understand him. Okay. Cool. As we're going to return now to the 400 Sinner, backing out from Mannarino into the 400 Sinner. Sinner hits it out. 5-4 Mannarino in the second. 5-4. All right. I think Keegs should just become a doubles player. He'd be happier, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if he can get back to some some sort of... Look, if he gets back, if he's healthy, he'll come back quick. If his wrist is fine and his body is fine, he won't need much to come back. He won't be rusty for long, you know. But it just comes down to the wrist. Like every time he gets back, that wrist just like says no. You know, at least the last couple of tournaments he's tried to play, right? You know. But if his wrist just holds up, even for just one tournament, he could go on a run. For sure. Like, he could easily have a quick run, get to a quarterfinal of something. Like, he doesn't need to have form to play well. You know, he doesn't need matches to play well. He can just, like, rock up, I'm feeling good this week, bang, and just go crazy. Like, he could easily do that. It's just whether or not he wants to keep testing whether or not, like, you know, keep trying, right? You know, how many times is he going to try and the wrist says no, or whatever, the body says no? How many more attempts is he going to have, right? Is he going to keep going? He's always going to get a wild card to slams, right? Because he's a popular person, right? People are going to want to watch him. Doesn't matter if he's 1,000 in the world, right? But yeah, he's not probably never going to get his ranking back up to the top 20 or even top 100. He might be like Venus, right? And I know like Venus deserves wild cards because of her slams, and I get that. But I think Kyrgios also, the tournaments are going to be crazy not to give him a wild card because of him, like his personality, his popularity, his polarizing. You know, he's going to be a story. There's going to be headlines, win, lose, or anything else. Like he's interesting. So straight away, it's not going to, you know, like tournaments are going to give him every wild card because he's just valuable to the tournament. You know, he's a valuable player, very valuable. Yeah, relevant. Exactly. I mean, he's relevant. Exactly. And controversial. You know, I think that's that's definitely reasons why he would be getting, you know, people would want to see him as well, because he is controversial. You never know what he's going to do. You never know what he's going to say, right? I mean, that's interesting, right? But it's whether or not he wants to play singles, you know, if he wants to, because obviously there's a bit of pride too, right? He doesn't want to go out there and just play terrible or play injured and not play his best. He doesn't want to go out there. There's pride for sure. It's got to be some pride. 5-0. Because he also knows that, like, if he gets a wild card and he goes out there and he can't do his thing and he loses, the people that don't like him, which is, again, he's polarizing, a lot of haters are going to say, they're just going to shit on him. So it's like, does he want to go through that as well, right? You know, going out there and losing 6-2, 6-2, 6-2 when he knows he can't be his best because of his hand, does he want to put himself through that, stress as well, right? You know, so it's a lot to consider. 5-0. But I hope he still plays. Sinner hits a lovely winner. It's love 15. I love 15. Nice forehand from Sinner. A 15-0. As we're serving in Mannarino. I thought Kyrgios was going to retire at the Australian Open. He might. As the return goes in the forehand of Mannarino. Mannarino on the net. 15-30. 15:30. As Mannarino says a fault. Second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Mannarino. Forehand from Sinner. As Mannarino goes to the backhand of Sinner into the forehand of Mannarino. Sinner backhand again. As Mannarino forehand again, the backhand of Sinner. Mannarino forehand again. Into the forehand of Sinner. Mannarino gets there on the stretch, but it's in the net. 15:40. Break points for Sinner. It's a break and serve for the match. $15.40. As we let from Mannarino. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. As the return goes to forehand of Mannarino. Sinner with a slice in the net. Shelton won. Yep. Nice. The micro dose was timed perfect to perfection. Oh God! What do you do outside of tennis? Do you have any hobbies? 30-40. As the return goes in the backhand of Mannarino. Sinner with the forehand of the stretch. Mannarino down the line. Great shot. Sinner in the net. Deuce. All right. Deuce. By the way, it's really funny to say microdose was timed perfectly. And you've got your profile picture is Popeye. That's wild. What was in that spinach? That's crazy, bro. That's insane. Now it's 4-1 winner from Mannarino advantage. That's wild. Popeye over here, yeah. You're all natural, right? That dude was instantly jacked after a can of spinach. Okay. Nah, bro. That's wild. All right, advantage Mannarino. To take the lead and make Sinner play a tiebreak, maybe. As the backhand return goes in from Sinner. Great angle as Sinner goes down the middle with the backhand now. Mannarino, good defense, though. As he hits the backhand on the stretch. Sinner forehand again, the backhand of Mannarino. Sinner with the forehand into the forehand of Mannarino. Again, the forehand of Sinner. Mannarino slice. Sinner hits the forehand again to the slice of Mannarino. And then Sinner with a forehand cross-court winner. All right, back to deuce. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Serve again. As Mannarino gets to advantage. Advantage Mannarino. First serve is a fault, second serve. As the return goes into the backhand of Mannarino. Forehand from Sinner. Mannarino backhand again. The forehand of Sinner. Mannarino with a slice. In the net, we're back to deuce. Mannarino getting real pissed off at the sun straight in his face. All right, deuce. Hey, Yugoslav, thank you for the 10 months. Appreciate it. Also, we're almost at 500 likes. Appreciate that as well. Thank you for your patience today. It's been a very long match and very long day so far because of the rain. 3-hour delays as we got a forehand out to the backhand of Mannarino. Backhand out from Sinner. Into the backhand of Mannarino. Sinner with a forehand again to the backhand of Mannarino. Sinner goes down the line. Mannarino's going to get there with a slice. But it goes long. Advantage Sinner. Also, we had matches from yesterday that had to be complete, so that was also part of the delay. Otherwise, if Pegula didn't have to play today, we probably would have had... this match would have finished just before the rain. Lehechka versus Ben tomorrow, that's crazy. That's a fun match. Tough match for Shelton. All right, advantage Sinner. I just love Shelton doing well. It's so good. I love it. Good return Sinner as he hits a forehand on the stretch now. Mannarino back in the rally. As we got a backhand now from Mannarino. Again, the forehand of Sinner. Again to the backhand of Mannarino. Off the tape is in from Mannarino. And he says, sorry. Whoops. And he's back to deuce. Mannarino gets lucky. He gets lucky. 8-minute service game, by the way. Hey, Creatures. Thank you for the $3 super sticker. Appreciate it. All right, deuce. And his return goes to forehand Mannarino. Mannarino in the net. That was a tough one. The shadows are really awkward, by the way. They're very much halfway on the court. So the sun's, like the shade and the sun, the ball's coming out of the shade into the sun, and Mannarino, I mean, he mistimed that one. But it's just been like so awkward. Advantage Sinner. As he returns into the back of Mannarino. Mannarino in the net. There it is. And Sinner takes the break. He's going to serve the match. Again, Mannarino just losing the ball between the sun and the shade. It's like, yeah. It sucks. If you ever played in this, if you ever played in like on a court where, and most people probably have, you know, at a recreational level, where there's, you know, trees that are blocking the sun and then there's a bit of shade and a bit of, you know, it's a whole thing. It's so annoying. I don't like this hairpiece cam. It's least realistic. Well, nobody asked you. So, yeah. Cry less. All right. Shelton is behaving better. That's a good thing. Not doing the phone hanging up thing. Yeah, he hasn't done that for like 2 years. He stopped doing that after, like, after the US Open, pretty much. Who do you think will be the third guy to possibly challenge Sinner and Alcaraz in this era? I don't think we have to have three. There doesn't have to be a big three. I think there's a group of people that could challenge, but I don't think anyone at the moment is close. You know, obviously Draper's name is in there. Runa can go in there. You got Shelton who's up there, right? I don't think there'll be just one other person and make a perfect three. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's going to be a group of players that are going to be competitive. More like Nadal, Federer. I think we're at that point. We're in 2000. Right now, it's 2007. Right? That's where we're at. We don't need this, you know, we're like, it's like 2006, 2007, where there's two guys that are way better than everybody else. There's a lot of good competitive players behind. You know, 2007, right? You had Federer and Nadal, well and truly on top. Djokovic hadn't started yet. He was, you know, a future star, but he wasn't really that known. Same with Murray. You had Roddick, you had Hewitt, you had Burdick, you had Tsonga, you had all these new guys, right? Monfils, all these guys. It's sort of that's where we're at. We've got two guys that are way better, and I don't think we're going to have a third player. I think it's going to be a multiple players. By the way, Casper Ruud said something interesting, and I'm paraphrasing because I didn't read the whole quote. But he said, that he reckons that it's not going to be as hard to, Sinner and Alcaraz are not as far ahead of the pack, and that people will be able to chase them down. And I found that interesting coming from him, especially because he has played Grand Slams finals against GOATs, and he's also played Grand Slam final against Alcaraz. So interesting to hear from him, because he's one of the only players that can say that. Because most players, except for Djokovic, most players haven't played Sinner and Alcaraz and played Djokovic and Nadal, right? In a final of a slam. Maybe Zverev, but I don't think Zverev's played a final of a slam against a GOAT. Has he? 30-15, by the way. I'll get the right quote from the Ruud quote, because I don't want to misquote him. And he might have been talking about himself, maybe. But I'll talk about it after this. 30-15. 30-15. A bit of fault. Second serve. Second serve. Sinner. As Mannarino returns back into Sinner. Into the forehand of Mannarino. Sinner with the forehand into the net. 30 all. Okay. 30 all. All right, serve again. Sinner 2 points away. 2 points from victory. And Sinner serves again. That's a fault. Second serve. Serve to the back of Mannarino. Forehand from Sinner. Into the back of Mannarino. Sinner with a forehand of the stretch. Mannarino has Sinner running around. He's in control. Mannarino comes in with a volley and puts it away. 30-40. Break point Mannarino. To get to the tiebreak. All right. And Sinner's, did he throw his racket or drop it? It slipped out of his hand. First break point of the day. As a return from Mannarino as a winner. All right, Mannarino forces the tiebreak. Wow. Crazy return winner by Mannarino. Okay. Tiebreak, second set. Mannarino will not be denied. Who's winning the tiebreak? I'm going to go Sinner. I still think Sinner wins it, but good fight from Mannarino. Mannarino's 37. Sinner should be ashamed right now. Okay, yeah. And Djokovic is not the same age. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Because he's 37, Sinner should be very, very... what are you talking about? Shut up. Anyways, is that ageist? Why are you being rude? Mannarino's done well. He's a qualifier. He's worked his ass off to get here. Give him some credit. 1-0 Mannarino. Bro came in here talking shit about Sinner and Mannarino in the same sentence. What are you watching this match for if you're pissed off at you don't like either? Come on. The hell? In one sentence, you hit Sinner and then you hit Mannarino. What are you talking about? It always confuses me when people watch matches that they don't even like either player. Like, are you okay? 1-0 Mannarino. Sinner serves an ace. 1-0. Crazy. 1-1. Where's the tiebreak song? It's broken at the moment. 1-0. Sinner serves a fault. Second serve. And the return goes in from Mannarino. But Sinner puts away the forehand. 2-1 Sinner. 2-1 Sinner. Two one. As a return goes in the front of Mannarino. And then Sinner in the net. 2-0. Two all. Two. As Mannarino faults. Second serve. Sinner returns the backhand of Mannarino. Sinner with the forehand on the stretch. Mannarino cross-court forehand. Sinner backhand on the stretch again. Mannarino backhand again. The forehand of Sinner. The backhand of Mannarino. Forehand from Sinner goes long. 3-2 Mannarino. 3-2. Keys match is starting. Cool. We'll keep an eye on that. All right, serve again. And return goes the corner. Sinner. Corner from Mannarino. Goes long. 3-0. They change ends. By the way, chat, has anyone else seen Weapons? I'm not going to spoil it or give it away or anything, but has anyone else seen it? 3-3. I know it just came out, but I saw it yesterday. It's great. Oh, Leon, it's really good. It's really interesting. I'm not going to spoil it. Of course, I'm not going to spoil it. All right, Mannarino with a return winner. And Sinner giving the thumbs up to the coaches because their tactics don't work. That's about as emotional as Sinner's going to get to. All right. Here we go. Tell us without spoilers. Now you have to, if you watch it, then I want to talk to somebody who's watched it so then I can explain it without ruining it. Sorry, it's 3-0. Weapons was really good. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It's great. It was great. It's so creepy. It's creepy. It's creepy and gory. Mannarino hits it out 4-3. 4-3 Sinner. Yeah, the gore and the at the end part as well. The end of it is like crazy. Thank you for not spoiling. No, I'm not going to spoil it. We won't even talk about it until at least everyone who wants to see it in the chat sees it. So go see it so that we can talk about it next week. Or during the US Open. Is Josh Brolin a badass? In general? Yeah. In the movie? Yeah. He plays a character. But anyways, 4-1 goes in the backhand of Sinner into the backhand. Mannarino in the net. 5-3 Sinner. Sinner gets the mini break. People in my theater were doing the running pose. It was funny. That is funny. Isn't that the Naruto run? I thought that was like a whole thing. It's great. I thought that was already like some other thing. Now it's the weapons run. 5-3. Mannarino serves a fault second serve. As the return goes to the backhand of Mannarino. Forehand from Sinner into the backhand of Mannarino. A Sinner forehand again. Into the forehand of Mannarino. Sinner with the backhand again to the forehand of Mannarino. Sinner backhand again to the forehand of Mannarino. Sinner with another backhand as Mannarino's forehand goes again to the Sinner backhand. Mannarino forehand into that Sinner backhand. Just keeps going cross court at the moment. We're just waiting for somebody to miss. As Sinner backhand down the line goes long. All right. Sinner was the one who blinked. Interesting. 4-3. Can I have a shout out? Negative. 5-4. Weapons is my movie of this week. I'm excited. Nice. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. All right, 5-4. I wonder what other movies coming out. Any other movies worth watching? Sinner serves an ace. 6-4. 6-4 Sinner. To take the win in a close straight sets. Oh yeah, the Naked Gun's coming out. I want to go see that next week. It looks hilarious. I want to go see the Naked Gun. I know it's a remake, but it looks so funny. All right, 6-4. Sinner serves. An ace out wide to finish. All right. Sinner gets it done. It was awkward. It was a long, annoying delay. Sinner gets it done. Mannarino says too good. Jannik Sinner's into the fourth round. Sorry, the quarterfinals. He's into the quarterfinals. And he'll play tomorrow? I think. He'll play tomorrow. But good win. Gets it done. It's hard to say, judge Sinner on that performance because Mannarino had a really good week, but also the delay and, you know, it was a frustrating delay. So it's hard to say whether or not that was... It's one of those, like, he won. So straight sets, he won. That's all that really matters. But yeah, Rune possibly in the semis or Fritz for Sinner. So that's interesting. So yeah. So that is that. So yeah, I wanted to say what Rude said because I don't want to get the quotes wrong. So if you're leaving, by the way, don't forget to sub. Don't forget to sub on the way out. But Rude said, I think it was a couple of days ago. He said, winning a tournament is very special feeling. Of course, winning the Madrid title tasted well for me, and I had not won a title of that scale. I've been so close on so many occasions and reached finals in these tournaments, and of course, slams. The ultimate goal is to finish my career with a Grand Slam trophy one day, but it's not going to be easy because you have a lot of players who think the same and are really high level. And then he said, you have two guys, Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, who you can honestly say have taken it to a different level, but I really still believe that they are catchable. So that's what he said. He goes, he said that it's possible to catch them and they are beatable. Otherwise, I don't believe I would be here if I didn't think you could beat anyone. So there you go. So that's what Rude had to say. He thinks that, and again, like I said, he would know because he's played Djokovic and Nadal in the Slam finals. So he would, and he's played Alcaraz. So he would know the different, like, okay, well, you know, he knows the difference between those guys and the new guys. Like, Rude is one of those guys that got to play both. Kind of like Medvedev and Zverev, and, you know. But the fact that, like, I like that from Rude. I like that because a lot of other people that are not saying those things. We're not even hearing those things, right? They're not saying anything. And I think a lot of other people from that kind of generation might believe that their time is over, right? They might think that it's it's done. I had my chance. So it's great to hear Ruud saying, being so positive and being like, yeah, we could beat them. They're not unbeatable. I like that from Casper Ruud. I like that. I wish we'd heard more. I think Fritz is sort of on that same, he doesn't think that it's over for those guys. He doesn't think it's the new generation are taking over. So it's, I think Fritz is also, and Fritz's results are proving that too, right? He's consistent. So it's cool. It's good to hear. It is good to hear. Now, we have Alcaraz coming up in 30 minutes, but not really. Alcaraz is going to come up after the Sabalenka match, I think, unless they change the schedule. Did they change the schedule? I don't think they changed the schedule. I think the schedule is still the same, which means Sabalenka will come on now and then the night session later with Alcaraz. So we've got a little bit of time because of all the delays. But there's also a chance it could rain. So, which sucks because it means that things are going to take even longer to start. And we're going to have to wait longer and longer. Didn't see anything? Okay. Ruud is only 2 years older than Sinner, so he can contend for sure. Yeah, I love that attitude from Casper Ruud, though. I think if Casper Ruud won a Grand Slam, the entire tennis world would celebrate that because he's someone with no haters. Ruud takes a more mature attitude than other guys. Yeah, Ruud's definitely, his maturity is off the chain. It's like, he is like, you would think he was like a 35-year-old veteran sometimes the way he speaks, and he's so well-spoken, so humble, but also determined, right? It's like, it's not like he's humble and like, pushover. But he's super like great. Casper Ruud, zero haters. And would love to see him succeed, right? When he won a 1,000 this year, I think everybody was like super, super happy for that, But I think Ruud is also less traumatized by the big three than the others. Yeah, the big three are gone, so I don't think not really, because Ruud also played Nadal and Djokovic in those finals. I think it's more that he doesn't fear Alcaraz and Sinner as much as maybe the others do. I think it's more that he doesn't think that, because he's already played against those guys and he's also played well against them. I don't think he fears them as much as the others. Whereas, you're right, Ruud is a little bit younger than the other guys, and maybe because I think, again, I've said this before. I think with Zverev and Tsitsipas, for example, I think that generation thought when Nadal and Djokovic retire, they are going to take over, right? It was their time. But before those guys retired, Sinner and Alcaraz came along and took over. Whereas Ruud was kind of in the middle. Ruud sort of popped off in like 2020 and started in 2020, which was a couple of years after Tsitsipas and Medvedev and Zverev, right? And then once he started to succeed, the GOATs then dropped off. And then he, even though he didn't win a slam in that time, Ruud still, probably, you might be, maybe it's traumatized by the GOATs. Maybe traumatized is a sketchy word. I think it's more like he didn't have that, maybe the outward pressure like those guys did. The expectations on Ruud were not as high. So for him to, because he didn't come up with them. Whereas if he was like 2018, if Ruud was popping off in 2018, I think the expectation and maybe his internal expectation was the same as maybe those guys, and like, oh, well, when the GOATs retire, it's my time. And then the other guys came along and went, no, it's our time now, and beating Djokovic in those finals and stuff. But, yeah, but I love it. I love that Ruud, even though it's going to be very tough, I love that he's still, and he's made 3 finals of slams. And I think a lot of people who would have failed at the last hurdle wouldn't be as optimistic. So his attitude is awesome. You would have thought, look at Zverev, who's lost, what, 3 finals? And hear what he says, and you go, him and Ruud, the way that they look at it is so different. At this stage, maybe Zverev's changed now, but when Zverev lost that Australian Open this year, it was like he looked totally lost, right? But Ruud, he's lost 3 finals of slams, and he's still like, I think we could beat him. like you gotta love that, love that attitude. And then he won Madrid, his first 1,000. You're like, hell yeah, let's go. That's sick. Yeah, maybe like scar tissue for those guys is more than what Ruud has. But still, Ruud lost his fair share of big finals too. He's made more finals of slams and lost those finals more than Tsitsipas. And Tsitsipas and Zverev have had success at the ATP finals, which, whereas Ruud, he's lost final of ATP finals too, right? He's lost 1,000 finals. So Ruud has every right to also be like, well, yeah, woe is me, and I've had these problems. I've had this too, and maybe I've missed my chance. But to hear him say that he's not scared, and that he thinks that he is, there is an opportunity still. I mean, Ruud could have gone down the same road as those guys and said, and even though they haven't outwardly said it, but it feels like they just kind of think that they've had their chance. Ruud thinks he's still got his chance, hasn't started yet. And I love that. It's great attitude. It's all your mentality. If I was playing tennis, I'd be 30 right now. Stop smashing Alcaraz and Sinner. Because I'm not afraid. It's all an intimidation factor. Okay. It's the Nordic way, analytical and understand with friendly disposition. Okay. Yeah, maybe is that part of that? Ruud won 5 games in the last 5 sets against Sinner. Yeah, and he still believes he can beat him. So I mean, how cool is that? Like how good is that from Casper Ruud? That the records show that he's so far away and he's not going to be able to. But the fact that he's like, well, I know they're so far away, but I believe. Like he has self-belief, and that's despite every reason not to, right? He could easily say no. I'm not good enough, or he could easily get down on himself about it. But I love that from him, that he's like, no, I can beat them. It's like, yeah, let's go, and he will get a win over them eventually, and we'll love that. Just like when he beat Djokovic, and we're like, holy shit, he did it. That was awesome. When it looked like Djokovic was never going to lose a set to Ruud, so it's awesome to see. I think Ruud's great. I reckon, because he is such a nice guy, he doesn't get as much publicity, but because being nice doesn't sell. But I love his attitude's awesome, and he is one of the good guys. He's one of the best. Like, if you don't have a favorite tennis player, and you want to go for the good guy, he's one of the good guys. He's one of the zero haters. He just if that's the sort of personality and that, he is exactly what, if you don't like throwing racket, if you want a Rafa Nadal, doesn't throw rackets, respects everybody, he's the guy. You got to go with Casper Ruud. He seems too nice. I don't think Ruud seems too nice though. I don't think Ruud is too nice to the point that he gives points up and he doesn't try. He loses intensity because he's too nice, like Hurkacz, right? Hubie's Mr. Nice Guy, but he doesn't have the killer instinct. I think Ruud has killer instinct, but he doesn't take that off the court and talk bad about people and get angry at people, right? I think the difference with him and Hurkacz is that Hubie seems to lack a killer instinct, even though he has the weapons, the scary shots. Whereas Ruud doesn't seem to hold back, and he seems to go all out with his play, right? Even though it's not as big of a game as Hurkacz, but still, again, both very nice, both two nice guys. But I love that. I love that. And Ruud doesn't complain much. He does complain sometimes in matches, but really very rarely. Also, one of the best. I mean, the father-son combo, right? We've talked about them a lot because of Shelton, right? And Tsitsipas going back with his dad, but Ruud and his dad, 3 Grand Slam finals together. I mean, that's not bad. It's pretty damn good. People said Keys was too nice, and she proved them wrong. Keys has got that forehand. I mean, I don't remember people saying that Keys was too nice to win a slam or too nice to win, but maybe they did. Ruud and his dad are a good pair. Oh yeah, great. And the difference is with Ruud is his game is not like sort of the modern game, with this aggressive. He's got every shot, but he does play that sort of old school kind of Nadal, Djokovic grind, right? But he's still very successful. Number 2 in the world, 3 Grand Slam finals, Masters 1000 title. Like he's got a lot of achievements, and all of those with his dad as coach. And we never say, oh, maybe Ruud should get someone else. We never say that, do we? Because I think we all see that I don't think anyone else could come in and help and make Ruud better because he's so good. And he's been so good. And he's, he's lost to Djokovic, Nadal, and Alcaraz in finals of slams. Who hasn't? Right? Number 2 in the world. I mean, there's not much more. I don't think anyone could come in and add to his game that would make him better. So. And also, do you really want to disrupt it for no reason? Like, unless he was like dropped to 50 in the world because he was losing first rounds, why would you change anything? He's just had some injuries lately. So, yeah. So it's one of the guys. I mean, we don't talk with Shelton. We don't say Shelton needs a new coach, do we? Not yet. Maybe if he doesn't go on to do what we hope he does, maybe then we'll be questioning it. But it's only when the players don't fulfill their potential, or at least don't do what we think they should. Ruud and Shelton seem to have the decent dads as coach, but then again, look, Zverev. Okay, Zverev hasn't won a slam, but Zverev has said that the best situation for him as a player is to have his family around him and coaching. And even though he hasn't won a slam, and we all think that he could do with a different coach and that would help him win a slam. With someone who's been there and done that maybe, even though he had Lendl and it didn't work, but he could try again. He still won a lot of things as father-son coach and player, right? I mean, he's made finals of slams. He's won 1,000 titles. He's won a lot of things with his dad as coach. So it's not been unsuccessful. It just hasn't been as successful as we think it should be because we expect him to win a slam, right? So, and same with Tsitsipas, right? Tsitsipas had a great career with his dad as coach, right? He's won the ATP finals, he's won 1,000 titles, he's made Grand Slam finals. But again, we expect him to win a Grand Slam, and if he doesn't do that, it doesn't meet our expectations. But to say that it's not a successful nearly broke my finger off. To say it's not a successful partnership is crazy because it has been. It just hasn't been to our expectation of, well, they should have slams, right? Had he have won a slam, we would never have talked about these. We would never have said, oh, well, Steph needs a different coach or Zverev needs a different. We'd never say that if they'd won a slam by now. But different expectations, right? Anyways, I'm out of here. We're going to watch Alcaraz after Sabalenka. Sabalenka's just about to start. The weather might be a bit sketchy, so we're just going to keep an eye on that as well. It's going to be one of those days. But I'm going to send you over there. I'm going to eat some food before we get back and watch that match. Also, Raducanu is up 3-love already against Keys. So that's fun. And also, what else is going on? But speaking of Zverev, he's got to play another match today. He's got to play 2 matches today. Fritz has just started. So yeah, plenty of stuff still left to go today. Hopefully the weather stays good. and we can be ready to go for later and get through this day, and then do it all again tomorrow. But I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully, stick around. I know it's late. I know it's like midnight, but Algo's coming up soon. But Sinner wins 4-6, 4-7, 5, 7-6, and with a 3-hour delay, gets it done in time for the rest of the night. I'll see you in like an hour, hopefully. Well, it depends on Sabalenka.